Hey everyone, it's Melissa. Today I'm going to talk about actually my last video. I was reading the comments and there were a couple of questions that kept reoccurring over and over again, so I thought I would do a video to answer them. And the two questions were, how do you go to work? How do you deal going out in public with all that peeling? Because I had a lot of peeling that I showed in my last video. And how do you put makeup on over all that peeling? So I thought I would talk about those two things today. The first thing with dealing with the peeling, and by the way, people ask me if it burned or if it itched. I showed my bare skin and it was red. That it doesn't burn and it doesn't itch. If for some reason I put on a product in the morning or at night and it starts burning, then I will immediately wash it off and just leave it and skip that time and maybe skip the next time too until it gets better. I don't really deal too much with burning because it will start burning on contact if it's too irritated to handle it. A lot of it is going to depend on your lifestyle and what level of comfort you have with going around with peely skin. Personally, my skin doesn't seem to really peel. Well, when I first wake up in the morning, it's really peely. But for some reason, when I put water on it and wash my face and do all my products, then it takes the peels away, and then I'm good for hours until late in the afternoon. And by that time, I've already gone to work and all that kind of stuff. So in the mornings, I can usually just put on my regular makeup, the Laura Mercier Silk Cream Oil Free with the Artiste brush, the one that looks like a toothbrush, and I just kind of gently put it on. And that sort of helps, with the flakes too. A lot of times you can take a microfiber washcloth and, kind of do it like that. Flake it off very gently. But it needs to be something soft like this. If you get into peeling it off yourself, what the problem you're going to have is you're going to peel some of it, and some of it's going to be attached to deeper layers underneath your skin. And if you get into tearing your skin and trying to peel things off that aren't ready to be peeled off, then you're going to get into a lot of trouble from bleeding or scarring or infection. It just isn't worth it. So you're going to have to decide your level of comfort and what you mind or don't mind. I don't mind some peeling a lot, and I've gone out plenty of times with my skin peeling. If somebody says something to me like, I have had before people saying, did you get sunburned and you're peeling? And I'll just say, no, it's just some medication I'm using on my skin that makes it peel. And, people don't think another thing about it. But usually, and a lot of people I've talked to, usually the peeling for me will start later on in the day. So I'm usually pretty good in the morning, and that's usually when I film my videos. So you don't see a whole lot of peeling when I'm filming videos. And also when I put on my makeup, I usually am, because I wash my face, and so, I can put my makeup on just like I usually do. And then later in the afternoon, it'll show all that peeling like I showed in the pictures. And when I wash my face again and use my WA products, then it quits peeling until the next morning, until I wash it again. And it's like, the circle starts again. And my skin tends to peel, about once a month when I'm doing something a little more intensive. So, and each month I have noticed the peeling gets less and less until finally, I really won't have much peeling. So I kind of know it's as good as it's going to get. And so that's when I go on maintenance to maintain the results that I've achieved. But there are times when I'm out and my skin is extra flaky, and there are certain things that I have to do with it. Or if I'm going someplace out where I want to not have flaky skin, then, I have to deal with it. So one thing is to try to do that. That gets a little bit of it off, and you have to be careful exfoliating also, because when I wash my face when I'm doing this much peeling and intensive treatments, then I just use my fingers to wash my face. I don't use any kind of washcloth like I usually do, because it will just irritate my skin so much. The skin underneath is new skin. You're peeling it off and it's new skin underneath. So it's, you know, it's a little more delicate and newer. So you kind of have to protect it a little bit until you know, it kind of gets used to being on the surface of your skin. So one of the best things I think you can do is to know your skin really well and know how your skin is going to react, and you know, keep a close eye on it. So if you see that your skin is starting to get super irritated, or you see that it's peeling more than you're comfortable with, you know, back off on the treatments for a bit. Do it every other day or every third day. Do it just in the morning and then every other night, or do it every night and every other morning. You know, experiment and try some different things until you kind of achieve a level of comfort for yourself that you can live with in your lifestyle. Some things that I do when it is peeling and I need to not have it peel, or I need to calm it down some. One thing that I do is I use hydrocortisone cream. Now, there is controversy about it because I guess it is a steroid cream. But if my skin gets really red, I will use it sparingly, but because it just calms things down really quickly, and it calms the peeling down really quickly. So I have been known to, you know, take a little bit of this and put on peeling areas when I needed to. So, but you know, like I said, do your own research and decide if this could possibly be right for you. It has never seemed to bother me, but you know, do your own research. My friend Kristen321, of course, I'll link her channel below. She has had really good luck with the Burt's Bees Baby Bee Kissable Cheeks Balm. And it's, well, you can't see it. I'll link it below. But it's like a lip balm. It looks like a lip balm, but it's for babies' cheeks. You know how they drool and they get little chapped cheeks, and so it's a balm that you can put on babies' cheeks that will soothe the redness. And so the same thing applies here. You can put it on your skin and it will kind of soothe it. And like throughout the day, I noticed that Kristen does this and she has really good luck with it. She will take a little bit, like if she's peeling right through here, I've seen her, and she'll take a little bit and then just over her makeup and just rub it right there and then just kind of pat it in. And it really helps with the peeling. I have done the same thing with aloe. I've had good luck with that, with using aloe. So I'll take a little bit of aloe and, you know, put it right there. On my neck, when my neck gets super red, I have taken aloe and just put it all over it, and it really soothes it a whole lot. I've taken a little bit of, and this is, you know, really greasy, but I've taken a little bit of Aquaphor or Vaseline and patted on areas over my makeup, and then just kind of, you know, patted it in, pat, until it works its way in, and that really helps to get rid of flakes too. My number one is always the hydrocortisone cream, but yeah, like I said, there's controversy about it. Okay, let's see. I made a list. Let me see if there's anything else. Is it itchy? Okay. One last thing you can try, and I would save it as a last resort, and try like the Kissable Balm, or a little bit of Vaseline, or a little bit of aloe, or a little bit of the hydrocortisone cream, or you know, gently doing like that. A last resort, if you just absolutely, like you're going to some place that you just can't have flaky skin at all, you can take a little razor like that, and I'm not going to demonstrate, but you can take a little razor and then just on the very surface of the skin, just kind of scrape it off slightly a little bit, very lightly, because it will irritate it underneath. So when you do that, as soon as you get through, it'll kind of shave off the loose skin without taking any of the skin underneath, if you do it just right barely on the surface of the skin. So if you do that, it will turn red, and either put aloe or the hydrocortisone cream on it to soothe it down right away. But that will actually shave off, in an emergency, shave off the flakes if you're going someplace. But I mean, you're just going to have to decide. The thing about it is there is no one size fits all when it comes to skincare. There isn't a chart or anything like that that says, okay, if you do this amount, this amount, this amount, because everybody's skin's so different. So maybe I can do it every day with occasionally backing off, but another person wouldn't be able to because their skin's so different from mine. And we all live in different climates too, and the winter's coming up and it's getting cold, so you may have to really ease into it and be careful and really keep an eye on your skin to see how irritated it gets and how flaky. But I do think, I've had such good luck with it, and I've been really happy with using the Obagi products. So to me, it's always been worth it to put up with the flaking and the peeling. But I do keep a careful eye on it, and I really do, try to keep the peeling under control and back off when it starts to burn or if it starts to itch. I'm not afraid to wash anything off if I need to. If it just starts irritating me too much, I don't want to put up with that. So I will wash things off and then give it a break and give it a shot another day. So makeup, I told you that I usually just keep on using my Laura Mercier. I have always had really good luck, and I always thought it was the best until I found something else. But another one that's really, really good to try is the Bare Minerals. It's the original formula. And so what I do is I put a little bit into the cap, and I take their little brush right here. It's dirty. I'm sorry, I gotta wash my brushes today. And I swirl it around like that, and then I buff it into my skin. And for some reason, I have always found on me, it hasn't worked for everyone, but I've always found on me that, this is kind of gross, but mixing this mineral foundation with your flakes, it sort of blends the flakes, if that makes sense. So the flakes sort of blend in with your powder, and you can just it just blends in with the powder so it doesn't look so flaky, if that makes sense. So it sort of colors the flakes the same color as the powder, so they don't seem to, I don't know, be as noticeable or something. I have some flaking here, and just doing that and the buffing action and the minerals has really helped a whole lot to just really buff it off. So in the mornings, I might put on my Laura Mercier, the regular foundation, but during the day, if I start to peel a lot, then I will carry this with me, and then I'll just kind of buff it in like that, and then it really, really just makes it look so much better on me and busts all the flakes off, and that helps so much. So I depend on that a lot for makeup. But I also tried, and I think that this worked maybe even better. So this is another alternative, because I had several people write to me and say that the Bare Minerals absolutely did nothing for them, did not work at all. So what I did was I tried the It Cosmetics. I got a small thing, and I'll see if I can find, I think I got this at Ulta in the front of the store. So I'll see if they have the small size online, and I'll put a link to it. But the It Cosmetics CC Plus found, the CC cream. And the nice thing about this is that it already has your sunscreen in it, the 50 plus sunscreen in it. So you could try this all over your skin, or you can try, I've even done this, taken this when I'm peeling from my makeup in the morning, trying to see if there's a place, and just rubbed it into the area that's peeling, and it really does a good job of getting rid of those flakes. It just sort of makes it flake off, and just kind of soothes it, makes it flake off. It really does a good job. Yeah, I have, some flaking from the cold weather, and that really works a lot. In fact, it may be the new thing that I recommend. I like it a whole lot. And it just really helps soothe, and it helps to get rid of those flakes. I don't know how it works, but it really makes the flakes just kind of go away. So I really recommend that for foundation, so try that. So try this, or one or both of them, a combination. Try using the cream that Kristen says. Try using aloe. Try using a little Vaseline if you have to. try, if you need to moisturize, if the flaking is just, it gets out of control, don't be afraid to moisturize. Moisturizers, I don't care for them for myself because it weighs down my skin and sort of makes my skin sag. But, you know, a lot of people really like to use moisturizers. So, you know, if you need to use moisturizers, do that. Just whatever. A lot of it's just going to have to be experimenting and seeing what works for you. But those are a few things that I have found that sort of help me putting on makeup and getting rid of the flakes and dealing with all of this peeling that goes on. So anyway, I hope that was somewhat helpful. I really appreciate you watching. I hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving. I probably won't be back on here before Thanksgiving because we're having a Thanksgiving dinner. But I'm very grateful. I'm very thankful for so many blessings that I have, and I'm extremely thankful for all the people that write me, that comment, that watch my videos. It really means so much to me, more than any of you will ever know. It really so much enriches my life, and I really thank you all so much. I'm very thankful for all of you. Everyone have a wonderful week, a wonderful Thanksgiving if you're celebrating it, and I really appreciate all of you. Have a great week. Bye-bye.